we've all dreamed of like doing crazy things to our cars, right? And I'm not talking like in your car, like with another person. More volume, more volume, more volume for what? For my voice? For okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this one, more volume, more volume, more volume, more volume. Is this still? Yeah, this is good. Okay. Here we go. We've got volume. If you don't have volume, well, there might be an issue because this is a podcast and it can also be a video that you can enjoy whenever, wherever. Why? Because all of these podcasts, they stay on YouTube under our playlist while you wait. Because while you wait for your electric vehicle to charge, oh yeah, we do a whole bunch of different talks, discussions, and we'd like you to actually actively participate in those. Thus, we are live from Monday to Friday at 12 p.m. Vancouver time. Make sure you're here. Woo-hoo! Sometimes we also get into little fights, but again, that's all for the joys of the podcast discussion, debate, and all of these awesome things. If you have purchased a car once in your life and it was not necessarily like a lease, you know, or your parents' car or something like that. Well, if you like literally purchased a vehicle, you know, because some people purchase vehicles because they want to own it. They want to do whatever they want to it. What we're talking about? We're talking about modifications. 10 illegal car modifications that, well, you're not supposed to do to your car, but some people actually do it. I've noticed and I've known some people who admittedly told me that they switched some things on their vehicle while they knew it was illegal. Yeah, you might have a friend like that. You might be that person. Be careful. Ian Prince actually told me in the comment section that if you admit to it, wherever that is, in a video or something like that, it could be held against you. Am I being detained or am I free to go? That being said, well, now you are free to say whatever you want in the live comment section. So make sure you log into your YouTube channel or your Google, Gmail, whatever, so that you can leave us your very own thoughts, ideas, and opinions on any subject that we discuss about in here. So yeah, I knew this guy and he had like this big Jeep, like a Jeep, you know, he was a Jeep guy. Some people are like, Jeep people are Jeep people, right? Right? Okay, the comment, I'm gonna get there. So the thing is, what?
It's just a dad joke.
Oh, it's a dad joke.
Yeah, it's good.
It's a good dad joke. Okay, what is Chris is saying like peace and love, yo. And then RA is saying, did you know that Tesla don't have a new car smell? They have Elon Musk. Yeah, good one. So musk and smell, I guess, would be the same. Some people say that musk is like, you know, the thing they use when you go hunting for deers. You put female musk everywhere, and then the male deers, they come over, and then, well, you can, you know, eat them as a steak or brochette. You do whatever you want. It depends on you. Thank you, RA, for the dad joke. It was funny. That being said, yeah, I knew this guy who owned a Jeep. And, well, you know, some people are really proud of their Jeep. They have like special code sign that they do to each other because they have Jeeps. It's a thing. And then Jeep people are more like adventurous. You know, they want to go off the road. They want to off-road. They want to go to Utah. They want to do camping. For some reason, I hate camping, but it's okay. These people like camping. And he admittedly said that he tinted his window way too dark. I mean, he said it. So if you know, you know, right? What's gonna happen if the police catches you? I don't know how they calculate this, but we're gonna talk about the 10 illegal car things that you should not do to your vehicle. Again, it might depend on your state, your country, your origin, if your car is called they, them, I don't know. But the thing is, those are pretty valid in Canada, maybe in the United States of America. If you're from anywhere else in the world, well, make sure you tell us what are illegal things that you can do to your car, but that you shouldn't do, right? Because they're illegal, so you should not. I hate camping. I know camping is the worst thing ever, right? It's like camping is like sleeping in your car. You know, you can do it if you're true drunk and you can't drive, but do you want to do it? I mean, being in connection with nature is fun for a picnic, but then Why do you need to go back to when we didn't have houses? I mean, we've made it that far. Why do you have to regress and go to that stage? If we made it there, it's because it's better like this. You don't need to go camping. Not necessary anymore. Just like go out, enjoy the sunshine, you know, maybe a little fire. That's always cool for s'mores, some skewers, hot dogs, whatever. And then get back into the safety of a home with AC, with heat, I mean, with an actual bed, with things that don't eat you alive in the middle of the night. We've evolved. That's what it's called. Why do you go back there? I would like to feel like my ancestor felt. In danger? This is not a great thing. It's not a great feeling. Chris Pankage says, never understood. Yeah, me neither. Still not understanding it. That's why I live my life without camping now. It's a great life. I mean, I should like definitely go door to door and be like, hey, hi, I'm Piper. I don't believe in camping. You want to not believe in camping with me? Many things happen when you don't believe in camping. First things first, you got showers, which is great. So you smell nice. Second thing, you don't have back problems because you actually sleep on a real bed. I mean, you want me to continue? Because I got a lot more. Went once, that was enough. Wow, Chris, that did not take you long. Unfortunately for me, it took longer than that, but now I'm convinced. Not my idea of relaxation, having to rough it. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I'm gonna go relax in camping. You mean you're gonna go have back pain, mosquito bites? I mean, mosquitoes the worst thing in camping, right? You just get eaten alive. They're like, you're mosquito bait. That's what you are when you go camping. Then you're like, oh, Piper, you can go camp in the desert. Yeah, then you're gonna be Scorpio bait, whatever. There's always something that's gonna eat you. That's called nature. That's why we build houses, so we don't get eaten. Oh my God. Well, that being said, I mean, we have the protection of cars now. A car is kind of like a house, you know? You can have some safety, but still move around. Hashtag van life for life. I don't like that one either, but whatever. Now we have Snoopy who says Jeeps, so he likes showing his willy at car shows. Well, Jeep does have the willy, right? The willy is like the small Jeep. You know what? I was amazed. So for one of the projects I had before I bought my Tesla Model X, I wanted to buy a Jeep. Well, the whole point of the project was to actually transform the vehicle into a sort of pizza mobile car. Don't ask more questions than that. That's all you're gonna get. But that being said, I was like, oh, a Jeep would be cool because it's a bit adventurous. You know, the Jeep people are the Jeep people. So I went to like a Jeep dealer and I was there and I was like, oh yeah, Jeep. You know, a Jeep should be cheap, right? Because a Jeep is so, like, it's a dinghy. It's good that you have AC in there, but it shakes so much. You can literally feel the wind, even with everything closed. I mean, it's a Jeep. It's made for that, right? So it's not comfortable. Jeeps are not comfortable. They're meant for you to, like, go off-road, just like if you were on a motorcycle, but with a cage around you. Kinda, sorta. So I rented one when I was in Hawaii. It was not a wheelie, though. It was one of the unlimited, you know, 4 doors and all that. So I rented that. But to get back to like the wheelie, so I went to the Jeep dealership and I was like, yeah, it should not be like too expensive. You know, $30,000. I should be able to buy myself a Jeep. Like, no specs, no nothing. I just want a Jeep because I want to modify it. That was the whole point. So I went there. I said, like, how much is that one? Like the small one. It was written Willie on it. It had like, you know, that logo with the star and the tire, whatever. The guy says $70,000. I was like, what? $70,000 for a motorcycle with more seats, but the same pain in the ass? This is $70,000. I'm gonna buy Javel for that price. I mean, I'm gonna go to Lamborghini. I don't know. I'm gonna do whatever, but not this. I'm not buying a Jeep for that price. Like, you know, when we talked about in a previous podcast how expensive is too expensive? That's too expensive for a Jeep. That's way too expensive. Like 10 grand. That's how much I'm willing to pay for a Jeep. Like 10 grand. No more. No more. I mean,
It's not a Land Rover.
It's not a Land Rover. It's a Jeep. It's a Jeep.
That's the way.
It's so not comfortable. A Jeep is not comfortable. I mean, you can fight me on this however you want. Jeeps are like, in French, we have an expression. It's called tape-cul. So that means it hits your ass. It's nothing good. There's nothing good.
Ass painting?
Yeah, it's like ass eater. How would you translate that? Tape-cul. I mean, it's not great. Your ass doesn't feel good in it. That's what it means. Kinda, sorta. Oh my god, they are so expensive. It's ridiculous. Yeah, it's really $70,000. That was a 2-seater, right? It's a Willy. It's a small one.
It's a 4-seater.
Okay, it's a 4-seater, but there's not that much. It's small.
It's small.
I wouldn't put like a big person in the back. That's what I'm saying. Mobile shelter. Yeah, something like that. Mall crawlers. I don't know what that means by powered by evil, but since you're powered by evil, please do tell me more. Chris Pankage says 30,000 LMAO, maybe for half the Jeep. It's already worth half of what it's supposed to be. I mean, you can remove everything on it anyways. You remove the doors, you remove like this is I know it's a subculture. I know you're in a cult when you buy a Jeep, you know? I understand that. But the comfort of a Jeep is just not there, right? There's nothing comfortable about a Jeep. Yeah, getting spanked by a Jeep, but not in a pleasurable way. Will Garcia says, try to understand that car probably belongs in a museum. It was a new one that I rented and still was not satisfied. I mean, you know how high you need to put the radio on so you actually hear it when you're in the highway in a Jeep? This thing makes so much noise. It's intense. Plus the wind. It's nothing is comfortable. I think you say hi to everybody that also has a Jeep because you really hope that if something happens, they come and save you. Because this is like, it's the worst thing ever. But okay, I've driven worse. Maybe not. If I'm being, my motorcycle was worst. That's like the worst I've driven. Like my motorcycle, but there's no hood on a motorcycle. There's nothing on top of you on a motorcycle. I had an old Volvo, like 1980. It was better than the Jeep. It was like better than a new Jeep. So I don't know the craze about Jeep. I have no idea why people enjoy Jeeps. But to get back to 10 illegal car modifications, I wanted to say that this guy really enjoyed Jeeps. Like really did, and he modified his Jeep. Like he was putting more money in his Jeep than in his rent. Like, you know, these Jeep people are freaky. That's what? And then in his wife too. Yeah, engaged wife. So this is something you need to consider. The next time you meet somebody that has a Jeep, you've been warned. I've told you. Now you do whatever you want with this information. But Jeep people are special. More special than Tesla Model X people. Just putting it out there. We have AC, the doors close, and well, there's like no vibration. No vibration. Snoopy says at government auction, I think a Jeep goes for $250 back when they had Jeeps. That's not even a price, right? Hack of all trades says Jeep Grand Cherokee Hemi, full power leather, as nice as an Escalade. Yeah, okay, so if you buy the Jeeps that are like SUVs, you know, they don't look like Jeeps. They're not, yeah, they're like the Land Rover style, or they're like, yeah, they look like the Escalades. But I mean, it is not a Jeep anymore. This is not like the Jeep subculture. You know, you're buying a Jeep like you would buy, yeah, a Range Rover, Land Rover, or one of these, I mean, Honda RV4, like R4V. Yeah, exactly. Even the Jeep people don't say hi to you when you got one of these Jeeps. If the door closes and you can't remove them, that's not a Jeep. You need to be able to remove the doors. This is the type of Jeep we're talking about. You know, like, living dangerously. Like, yeah, you only have the windshield and that's it. And the bars and nothing else. And you can even lower the windshield if you really want to eat a lot of bugs. It's free. Maybe you need that supplemental protein shake. Okay, Chris Pankage says the U.S. mail carriers have been made by Grumman for over 30 years. Maybe it's not that old. Why are we talking about Grumman? I don't understand where we're at, but okay. Thank you very much for being here. I'm Piper, and welcome to While You Wait, the podcast that entertains you while you wait for your electric vehicle to charge or for Jeeps to die. It really doesn't matter. At this point in time, we are going to talk about illegal car modifications. So the thing is, when you purchase your very first car, when you're like a teenager, you know, maybe 16, depending, 20, if you purchase it, so you buy it for real with your own money, and then it's yours. Yeah, it's yours. It's not leased. It's not somebody else's. You can go crazy. You can design the interior, you can change the paint, you can do whatever you want with it because it is fully yours. You own it. So that being said, some people decide to go crazy and some people want to personalize or bespoke or customize their vehicles to make it more crazy for many reasons. Maybe you're just a girl and you want a pink car. Maybe you're a guy and you want to do street racing, which you're not allowed to do. You're not supposed to do that, but maybe you want to do that, so you need to modify it. Maybe you're in a type of, gang and stuff like that, just like in Greece, and you want to, put some flames on your car. I have no idea. Yeah, you're cool, right? You try to be cool. You try to be cooler than most. So these are all excuses, or more like, little things that make you want to modify your car. And some of these modifications are definitely illegal. So we are going to talk about illegal modifications. If you've got some that you've made or not, you can admit to it. I'm okay with confessions. I love confessions. Just drop it down in a comment and tell us about it.
Are we gonna make a poll? Did you modify your car?
Yeah, good question. Good. That good.
Made,
Have you ever made illegal?
illegal.
Have you? Oh, okay. This poll is anonymous. Have you ever made illegal modifications
Maybe.
on your vehicle? On your vehicle. Okay, yes. No.
Maybe.
Hypothetically, yes.
Maybe.
Maybe. Depends who's asking, right?
Depends who's asking.
Depends who's asking.
Might be the thing.
Okay, we don't have enough for all of that, but we're just gonna put this. Okay, so we have here Snoopy who says, okay, let's go back up. Bacardi. Hey, Bacardi Bob, thanks for tuning in. Hack of all trade. Jeep, just empty every pocket. So the mail trucks have been Grumman, not Jeep. Okay, great. Well, I don't know. Here we have we don't even know what the Postal Canada trucks are. It's kind of like a weird species of trucks that are there since the 1960s?
They drive on the
Yeah,
right side.
they drive on the right hand side. They don't have doors. It's just really weird truck. I can Google it for you. Post Canada truck.
It's custom made.
It has to be custom made because this is so weird. Post Canada truck. Okay, some of them are not that bad. It seems like they upgraded their fleet. But seriously, are you seeing this? This is
The one on the right.
the one on the right. This one? This one? This is see how pretty this is? So this is a bit like, oh my god, it looks like a toy car. You're like, did they just stick the flashers on it? Like the blinkers? Or is it really working? You're not sure if it's functioning or not.
Chinese don't make car cheap like that.
No, even Chinese don't make car cheaps like that. There's mirrors everywhere. So it looks like this car... there's mirror in the back, in the front. It looks like this car could definitely get satellite connection. If all these mirrors were antennas. And then it's so tiny. You don't maybe see it from this perspective, but it's such a tiny truck. It's so compact, You're like, oh yeah, Postal Canada Post is like, oh yeah, we're gonna switch our fleet to EV. You don't need to. I don't think you're consuming enough gasoline. Seriously, this is so tiny. And they never have rims. For some reason, they're trying to really make sure that taxpayers don't pay nothing. They don't have rims on these trucks. They have a little bumper in case something happens, And it's just the weirdest truck ever. And the fleet is so old. They've had them forever. They never switched them up. I don't know what to tell you, but this is really funny. It's a really funny thing. Mm-hmm. Okay, that being said, now that we all know what Postal Canada the drivers deal with every single day to get your mail to you, you can sympathize a little bit more with them. So most certainly you can. Now we have a poll going on. Make sure that you go vote on that poll. It is quite interesting. Okay.
We will not report you to that.
And we will not report you to the police. You report yourself in the anonymous. I mean, if they ask me, I don't know what I'm gonna have to do, but until then, just tell me. Okay, we have in the comment section, Jeep can also mean just enough essential parts. For you not to break down on the highway, right? Probably an ice cream truck. Yeah, Will Garcia, the Post Canada or Canada Post trucks do look a bit like ice cream trucks for some reason. I guess, yeah, same type of truck.
It's probably, we're close to the US.
We're close to the
They
US.
have the same thing.
It makes sense that they would have same but different. Yeah. Parts of the United States will still use Jeeps. I mean, I have no idea. Okay, Graham says something about Oshkosh. Are you talking about like the clothing store for kids? I don't know what that is. For Oshkosh and for US Post. Okay, this is great that we're talking about mail right now. If you live in the boondocks, you may see a Jeep, but the US cities are all grooming. Okay, well now we know. Now we literally know who drives what and where.
Yeah, that's the thing. Okay, next time you get arrested
Yeah.
because you made a modification in your car, you just say, so have you seen postal truck?
Oh, that's what you say.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Did you arrest them? Because I think this is it.
Way more than what I'm doing right here, right now with my actual vehicle.
You don't even have the steering at the right place.
They don't have the steering in the right place. Arrest the postal office. Not me. I did nothing wrong. Okay, so there are a few reasons why you would definitely want to modify your car, and I'm gonna state some of them. You just watched Need for Speed.
It is top 10 reasons.
Yeah, that's the.
Why you need.
Yeah, why?
Just
Why you want to modify your car? You just watched Need for Speed. I mean, like a movie, the video game, whatever, you know. Grand Theft Auto could be another good reason, just because, you know, you felt like
you go faster.
you need to go faster. You played NASCAR. I don't know. Like, I've got a few here. You just watched Pimp My Ride or your
For these Most Wanted.
Most Wanted.
You play that game, you want to modify.
You want to modify. After that, you're on the modification, like, ride train.
My car was bad.
And your car was, yeah. Of course it was.
Of course.
Because you have to. It's street cred, bro. You have to. So Pimp My Ride. Maybe you nostalgic about Pimp My Ride, you know? So you want to modify your car. Then, of course, the classic. Fast and Furious. Yeah. So you watch Fast and Furious and you're like, I want a car like that.
Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, Tokyo Drift. Definitely Tokyo Drift. Because Tokyo Drift is all like, yeah, the Japanese, right? So they put some skirts on their car. That's how we call them in French. And then they put like some crazy.
Change your cheap.
Yeah, they even, okay, we're gonna talk about that later. We're gonna talk about that. Maybe you saw your boyfriend, bromance, whatever, a guy that has a better car than you. So you feel a bit intimidated. So you're like, I'm gonna do better than him. That could be a possibility. So you want to modify your car because you want to have the best car in the neighborhood. This used to be a nice neighborhood. And then, well, you might want to follow the trends because, yes, there are car trends. Like, they happen. Some people on the internet, I'm sure, post a whole bunch of TikTok videos on car trends. So these might be some of the reasons that have pushed you or led you to the illegal side of the car.
That jump, you know, sometimes.
Yeah, all these things. So, are you ready for this? Get ready for this because we are talking about 10 illegal car modifications and I will start with number 1. If you got more,
Number 10 or number 1?
well, they're not in order of like the most criminally insane
I
one.
was looking for that.
Yeah, it would be cool. So they're not in an order of how much jail time are you going to get if you modify them because it depends on the state and it depends on the country. So I don't know about that.
You should choose one.
Yeah, I got one.
Okay, but choose one you think is the worst.
Oh, I choose one that's the worst?
Yeah, and you said it at the end.
Okay. I'll choose my very first, my very best.
You really not do that.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Okay, cool?
Cool, perfect, wonderful. Okay, so number 1, engine tuning. Well, because some of you might definitely want to race with their cars, or you just want it to go faster, you know? So you might want to jailbreak your vehicle. Have you ever done that? Now it's time. Tell me, timely. Okay, so Triumph Spitfire with a 6-inch glass pack always set off all the other car alarm systems. Oh yeah, we're going to talk about all these modifications. Wayne says he's working on a 2002 Cadillac. Okay, interesting. Thank you, Wayne. And then Graham says there is no ice car mod that can give you the instant torque of an EV. Go EV! Go EV! This is why this podcast is called While You Wait to Charge Your Electric Car. Or to buy your very first electric car, because yes, electric vehicles do give you more torque, which means that you can definitely listen to me while you're going faster. Super easy. Just put me on your dashboard. Yeah, Bluetooth, AirPlay, whatever. Click that thing and listen in. We're always there to entertain you all day, every day. Why? Because the podcast is online and it stays there. What? For your enjoyment only. Okay, so how would you modify this? Don't worry, I'm not one of these guys on the internet that's actually going to tell you how to do it. I don't want to go to prison, people. I'm too young for this and maybe too pretty. So this is not going to work. But yes, you can modify the chip if it is like, you know, not that old of a car, so that it can go faster, because most cars now are software, right? So they do have a cap, meaning that you could, if you're a mechanic, well, you know, just make that cap bloop, faster. Then there's also like unlocking whatever mechanics you need to unlock to make it so that the odometer just doesn't go like not that fast. Maybe you're gonna need to change the odometer too, because if you tune your engine enough and 260 miles per hour is not enough for you, well, maybe you're gonna need to change it so that, you know, the sensor can actually give you the real speed you're going at. Have you ever done that? You tell me. Like, you tell me, have you ever done that or been in a car? I mean, maybe on a track, maybe you paid for it, that would be able to go faster than its original speed that it was bought for. You've done that, right?
I've never seen that.
You've never seen that?
Speedometer too, but
yeah.
My GTI was blocked at 130.
Your GTI was blocked at 130 miles per hour or kilometers per hour? 130?
Yeah, I think maybe 140.
140?
148.
It cuts. So the engine cuts.
Yeah.
So it stops. It literally stops.
Yeah.
But that's good for, like, safety, right?
If you change the chip, it doesn't cut it.
Yeah, if you change the chip, it doesn't cut anymore. And then you get the full power of the engine, right?
Yeah. Then the speedometer.
But the speedometer just, like, stays, because it doesn't go faster.
No, it has more numbers.
Oh, it had more numbers. But just couldn't reach them. Level unlocked. Okay, Chris Mankage says, yes, modified the throttle position sensor on my Corvette. See? Some people are doing illegal things on the podcast. What up, the police? Police should watch our podcast. You're a police, you know a cop, you know a retired cop. Watch our podcast. It's a great podcast. Plus, you might, I don't know, get a raise for all the people you're going to arrest in there. This is going to be super cool.
We're losing.
We're losing droid fast. Removing emission control devices. Number two. I know it's not as fun. But we're not talking about stealing. We're not talking about like literally stealing emission devices. And I don't understand why you would need to remove them. So please tell me in the comment. What?
Speed.
For speed?
Yeah.
So if you don't have emission control devices, your car's lighter, so you get more speed? Faster?
I don't know if it's just the lighter, but
okay.
It's for the speed.
So it's for the speed.
I think, yeah.
So is it for the speed? Tell us. Okay, the extra speed is the illegal part. Okay, that's what Chris says, but you can modify the throttle of, so you can modify it so it goes faster, but you can't go faster. Well, then why are you modifying it? This is so dumb.
I think you don't understand.
Nobody understands this, right? People are just dumb. Okay. EDM says program called ForScan. Hey, this is not the Onion. Be careful what you put on here. Program called ForScan lets you modify Ford F-150. Not really illegal, but can void warranty. I did it to my Ford 150 Tremor. Does it do it for the Ford Lightning too?
It's like you stick a USB thing and you make like an update. Something.
This is like the dark web. Okay, so EDM, is it like you stick the USB in and then you make an update and it does it for you? It does it like illegally on its own? What happened? Somebody put it in. I didn't do it. I didn't put it in. RP says my neighbor modified his exhaust and I have to listen to him warming it up for 10 minutes. He's a third gear before the sound fades away. Okay, well, that sucks. Have you complained to the police, the authorities, to somebody?
Have you ever through Hells Angels?
Yeah, this is a thing in Quebec. We have the Hells Angels. They're like this, this group of motorcyclists that also do illegal things. And they have Harley Davidson. And if you know about Harley Davidsons are kind of, they're on the loud spectrum of sound. They're not really like quiet. So this sucks. Okay, Will Garcia one says, well, the fact is adding power only means the car will get up to speed faster. Oh, okay. So that's why you would do that. You will want to get to 100 miles per hour faster than if you did that. But then you can't go higher than 120. Well, depending on where you're at, right?
For short distance.
Some power mods will only make the car more efficient, like an air filter. I got 3 more mpg. Oh, okay.
But that's
cool.
legal.
But that's legal. Again, as long as you don't do something illegal. But which makes sense. Yeah. Howie says, oh yeah, we're going to talk about that, Howie. Okay, so wait a second for that one. We're going to talk about that. I'm reading the comments. That's why this is a little bit of a period of me reading the comments. Bacardi Bob says, in US, any modification to emissions is illegal. I'm pretty sure it's the same in Canada because we're really trying to save the planet and more likely us breeding on it for right now. EDM says, yes, you can choose what to change. Need a USB and a laptop. Amen. I mean, this is cool. So that's what you did with your Ford 150. If somebody wants it, it's there in the live comment section. Make sure you go check it out. RP says spend $30,000 on a car, then spend an extra $20,000 trying to make it a sports car. So that's $50,000. So why didn't you buy just like a sports car that was worth $50,000? You could have got like a pretty nice BMW for that price. Or what else is sporty, right? Even a Corvette, an old Corvette. An AMG, yeah, a used AMG, or that's I don't know which car was it. RP, what car? Chris Pankage says, I don't need a laptop anymore. You can just Bluetooth it. See? So you can Bluetooth it and hijack your car with Bluetooth now. This is so easy. Well, why? Yeah, why would you need to plug it in? You do that with everything. Everything is Bluetooth now. Everything is Bluetooth. Chris says the Bluetooth is OBD2 Bluetooth, an app, and a cell phone. Much cheaper. Well, yeah, if you don't need a laptop, I mean, you are saving money. Plus a USB key. Do you know? Last time I tried to find a USB key, I needed one for Brody. Don't ask questions. And it was so hard to find a USB key. This is like nobody uses that anymore. It's like trying to find like one of these CDs. There's none. It was difficult. I had to go like to Shoppers, and there's a special place where there was still USB keys. Do you still use a USB key? Like nobody uses a USB key anymore. It's over. Heck of all trades says it's a common modification to remove emission devices to increase engine efficiency. Have flashed mini computer system to reprogram all parameters, including speed limiters. Okay. Powered by Evil says, I modified my electronics to shut off all exterior lights if needed. Oh, this sounds like a James Bond movie or Bonnie and Clyde. I mean, one or the other.
In the James Bond movie, it took the whole Aston Martin because it was not electronic and all that.
Ah. Yeah, you took the old Aston Martin because it's not electronic. Well, so if you want to shut off all the lights, it's probably because you want to be unseen. So you're definitely doing something that's not legal, right?
Yeah.
Why else would you not want lights? Because everybody says it. There's more crimes in the nighttime, just like in Gotham City. Same. Okay. I prefer to have... I have no idea what you guys are talking about now, but it's okay. Because while you wait for your electric vehicle to charge, we're talking about 10 illegal car modifications that you should not do to your literal car. So, let's talk about altering the exhaust system, because how we said something, we're gonna get there soon. Other people are saying other things, but altering the exhaust system. What does that mean? Well, that means making noise.
That's a brand new KTM motorcycle.
Yeah, there's like a brand new KTM motorcycle makes a lot of noise. Like, but that's like, it's because motorcycles do make noise in general, right? Except for like ninjas. It depends on the muffler, depends on the bike. So depending, the exhaust system. Well, some people want to make more noise, right? That's the whole point. They want it to make noise. They want to disturb their neighbors, just like that other guy. So they do that. But the other thing is that sometimes it's really bad for emissions too. So if you're talking about environment, planet, blah, blah, you shouldn't do that. And then, well, if you're just talking noise, there are some noise limits depending on where you live. So if the police, those guys and girls and whatever, LGBTQ+, well, they hear that it's too loud, you can get a ticket. So there are some noise limitations. Why? Because how would we even talk to each other if every car was like, these huge exhaust pipes? It would just not be possible. Like, Bing Dong is calling me. Who's Bing Dong? Hello? Hello? Who's this?
Who's calling?
You're calling me, bro.
No, okay, that's okay, thank you.
Are you gonna use my number? Well, that was fast. Who's calling? You called me.
He was live on YouTube.
He was live on YouTube. Okay, perfect. Bam. This is great. All right. This is great. Live show, people. Live show. Woohoo! Okay, so these like big exhaust pipes. Again, if you have a motorcycle, same but different. Now, of course, this is two girls, one electric car. Do EVs have exhaust pipe? Nope. So even if you try to modify your EV to make noise, I think you just need like super intense subwoofer, because that's the only way that you could literally make too much noise to become illegal.
And what if the police arrest you making too much noise and you have an electric car, but it's a sound system?
Yeah, but it's the sound system.
We need to do that.
We need to try that.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll try it and we'll see if we get arrested by the police. Coming up next on Two Girls, One Electric Car.
But that's nice.
That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like, they're never gonna suspect us, actually. They're gonna see a Tesla Model X and they're gonna be like, this is not them. So they're gonna think it's the car behind us, like maybe the Honda.
We need to do that with a Mustang.
What?
We need to do that with a Mustang.
What Mustang?
Yeah, an EV Mustang.
A EV Mustang.
And then
Oh.
maybe they're not gonna be sure because Tesla is all electric.
Yeah, so they know that. Yeah, but the Mustang, maybe they're.
Call us.
Ford, call us. We need a Mackie for a test. It's just a day thing. Maybe it's gonna get pounded, but we'll get it back to you. Because they can do that, right? They can pound your car. If you're being if you're being not nice. They got everything. They got everything. Okay. Now, wrong phone number. No, it wasn't a wrong phone number. They do that so that if you answer, they actually will call you back, trying to sell you things and do illegal scam stuff. So, Bacardi Bob says, always remove the catalytic converter for more exhaust flow, more power. Well, this is great for the environment. Hack of all trades. I care greatly about our environment and safety of people on our roads. I think everybody should, right? Or else we would all die and that'd be like kind of sad. EDM. That should be a topic. EVs that have the fake speakers exhaust, like the upcoming Dodge EV Challenger. Well, this is gonna be interesting because yes, some EVs are getting sound, like to sound like ICE vehicles. Because I guess there's a niche for that. Some people want it. Some people don't want to drive without sound. It's a thing. It's a thing. For me, it's a...
We need to make a collab with one of the YouTube channels.
Yeah, we do.
So we could like install something that sounds really like this.
That'd be cool. Yeah, we should do that. All right. Well, okay. So, have you ever done that, people? Have you already? I'm sure some guys in there have like altered their exhaust, right? Some people have admitted to it already. If you don't feel like admitting it, it's okay. Just ride it really fast. Nobody's gonna see it. Okay, modifying suspension system. Yeah, pimp my ride style. You know, like boom, boom, boom. You know when the car goes like left, right, up, down, the hating. Yeah, exactly that. So you got these cars that are so modified. That they have like this huge suspension system that go up, down, right, left. It's really intense. Now you might be being like, oh, Piper, but why is that illegal? Well, okay, first of all, it kind of is supposed to not be good for, you know, the center of the car, like the way it holds the road. So if it's too high, too low, it could tilt, it could do other things, it could hit people. But some people actually lower the car suspension. You know, like some of these expensive cars sometimes do have that. And even my Chevy Volt, the first one, I mean, it was so low. There was like a plastic thing underneath. And every little bump, you know, when you get in and out of like the grocery store parking lot, there's like this little bump. It was just all the way through. And in the winter in Quebec, because of the snow, sometimes it was awful. I mean, so you need to have your car like not that low, or else it's just gonna hit the asphalt all the time. Or the snow or whatever. So that one was a bit too low, but I don't think it's because the wheels were really that low. It's really this like plastic thing. It finally it broke a little bit. I mean, of course it was always on the ground. It was always there. So adjustable suspension. Yeah, some people have that now, like my Tesla Model X. It has an adjustable suspension. Yeah, so I can actually put it however I want, but then after 50 kilometers per hour, it just adjusts itself. It doesn't like for me to put it too low.
And it can remember where.
Yeah, that's the cool feature. It can
do the construction.
It can literally remember where you have your suspension lower or higher. Because, well, yeah, maybe they're under construction, maybe it's like a tight spot or something like that. So it's very cool. Adjustable suspension, low ride. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, exactly like that. EDM says, the worst is being behind some with really low suspension and they slow down for every little pothole on the road. Yeah, it's true. See, that happens. But again, if
you pay your car $500,000.
And that too, when you pay your car $500,000, you want to go fast, but you don't want them to be any little rocks on the road and definitely no potholes. That's why Monaco actually uses their road for F1, so you can drive safely your $500,000, $38 million car there, no problem. So just move to Monaco.
Is that true?
No, I just invented it.
It's not.
But it makes sense, right?
I was believing you.
Well, because it makes sense. Since they're already using the real road of Monaco for the F1, well, you can drive anything on there. It's always like seamless without potholes, because every year they need to redo it.
Maybe it's true. Maybe it's...
But if I was like one of these like billionaire people, I would definitely go live in Monaco. Plus, great tax credits over there. Maybe you just need to like know somebody in Monaco, but we have here Hack of All Trades, who says most modified cars run more efficiently and make more power than stock in my experience. Test cleaner for exhaust emissions. Okay, great. Yes, I know, Chris, you can't hear him. You don't need to hear him because I relate for him. That's how it works. Yeah. So this is just how it is. We're keeping some mystery on the podcast. You're not happy? Go watch another podcast that is better than mine, which does not exist.
Find us another researcher.
Yeah, find us another researcher. It's that easy. Well, Garcia says, do you guys watch Living the Low Life with Vida Guerra? There were some nice cars on there. Actually, I have no idea. I don't really watch television. I'm too busy like creating podcasts and other things like that. Okay, this one is cool. We're gonna talk about headlights. Oh, yeah, and we're not talking about mine. No, we're talking about headlights. So illegal modifications to lights, and that could be any light. So it could be the headlights, the back lights, or anything like that. I mean, some people like to color their lights, meaning they want lights that would be like, you know, a weird color like red, but you can't really see that well. You can't really see that with like red lights, except and usually red lights are for when you back up, you know. So this is a true thing. It's a true thing. Then some people, well, I don't know, they like red, so sorry, not red. They like fuchsia. So they want their lights to be fuchsia. But it's not legal in most countries. And I've seen, you know, the blackout lights. So some people, they put like some like really dark tint over their light. So it's like black. It looks really great. But the light needs to get out of there so that you got light, right? So you can see the road and other people can see you too. That's why the lights are there.
They make some tests.
Yeah, they made some tests, and then that's why the car companies put the lights like that, so you don't die. Then if you want to die, you decide. Like, I mean, no problem. Then, okay, we also have the strobe lights. Yes, for all these epileptic out there. I mean, there's lights for you too. You can definitely do that. So the thing is, well, you have the choice to do it or not, of course, but then if you get caught by the police, that's when it gets like not that cool. That's when it becomes illegal, right? If you don't get caught, it's not illegal yet. That's what some people are saying, but I didn't say it. I'm just like saying something else. Also, neon. Yeah, neon underbody lights. I've seen it. It was pretty much in vogue during Tokyo Drift. Yeah, Tokyo Drift made it in vogue. All of these like neon lights that were underneath the car, and you would open them and then they would flash and they would do crazy things. A bit like all the Philip Hue lights nowadays. Or all these like light strings that you can buy for like $20 to put in your bedroom when you're a teenager. Like the same. So they flash, they glow, they do many different things. I was like, some of them are illegal. You shouldn't do that. Why? Because, well, it can like impede the visibility of others. Of course, we see you, but we might not be able to see like everything else because it's too distracting for some reason. So have you ever put neon lights, like neon underlights on your vehicles? Because I've seen them, but I have to say I haven't seen that many. Have you ever like do that on your car? No, I think it's a bit of a thing for like people who go rave, right? It's only for people who go rave. Low underglow on cars. Oh, that's how it's called. Underglow is pretty cool. Well, yeah, I think it is illegal.
It's not legal in Canada. You cannot.
No, I don't think it's legal. But I've seen it in Montreal sometimes.
Yeah, I think it lasted like 3 months, 6 months.
Yeah, and then they were like,
They passed a law.
we're not using that anymore. So it does look cool. I mean, for pictures, things like that. I think that if you're doing racing, maybe it's like nicer, you know, so people remember your car better. So I would say yes. It was popular back in Fast and Furious times. It makes sense because they did a lot of that, right? Fast and Furious.
Like,
It was cool. I wouldn't do it to my car nowadays, but if I was 16, I think I would truly consider it. Window tinting.
They do that with the computers.
What?
The neons and stuff with the computer. You will do it.
Oh, that's true. Like with the PC computers. Yeah, it has to glow. Yeah, more RGB. Okay, so window tinting. Like I was saying at the beginning of the podcast, some people tint their window. Actually, I was on the like highway. There's not really any highway here in Vancouver. It's weird. Well, it's like kind of a highway, not a highway. It's only like a few ways to get in the city. But this guy had mirror tint on his back windows. I was like, this is so illegal. Like, it's not even black. It was mirror. Just like, you know, some of these like special restaurants that you can't see like inside, or these like police windows when you're getting interrogated. It's a mirror. Same.
Guy glass.
Or like guy glass.
When you want to look at your.
Or guy glasses when you want to look at girls. Yeah, you got the mirror. You got the mirror. So I did not understand why you had that, because I felt like that was one-way mirror. That's how it's called. That's like so weird. Like so weird. Literally, I don't understand why you put that on a car. But that being said, I mean, some limousines or things like that have really dark windows. And when I had my Mercedes 2012, what I did to it is I did tint the windows. And then the guy at the window tinting shop was like, okay, how dark you want them? And well, he kind of explained to me how dark I can go. He did offer me the option to go illegal. I mean, he did do that.
But no receipt.
But yeah, no receipt, huh? He was like, you pay cash, no receipt if you go that dark, but I can do it. I was like, why would I do that? No, put me the darkest legal, please. The darkest legal window tint, which he did, and did a great job, so thank you, person. But I was like, why would you even do that? No receipt. Yeah, so it can't be traced back to you. I mean, this. I'm just gonna confess, you know. Like, why? Why would that even matter? One worker I know that his car with factory installed tinted windows got ticketed because they were too dark. Exactly. So you can get a ticket if they are too dark. It has happened and it will continue happening because you're supposed to see in the car and people are supposed to see you from the car. But still, a really dark tint you can see through, but you need to be close. Quite frankly, like the way the darkness it was on my Mercedes, if you pass fast, you can't really see. It's not.
But it was just the back. You didn't do it from.
It's true too. So there's places where you can't do it. You're not supposed to do the windshield. You're not supposed to do the drivers either. And you can do the back, but again, there's different type of tints. So that's my experience with tinted windows. It was amazing though. They looked amazing. I mean, I really enjoyed them for the time that I had them, but then sold my Mercedes to get my Tesla Model X. VIN numbers. Yeah. VIN numbers. Vehicle identification number. Well, you know, some vehicles, most vehicles, well, they have like this VIN number on all parts. What is that for? Well, it's to make sure that if your car is stolen, they'll get it back to you. So it's kind of an anti-theft thing. But the thing is, if you alter VIN numbers, usually it's because you stole the car and you're trying to resell it. or like even the parts. And that is why VIN numbers, well, are like, you shouldn't alter them. But again, I don't think that VIN numbers would do a big thing on making your car more cool, right? I don't think you're going to go and like take away VIN numbers because you want to be more like Fast and Furious.
Stolen.
It's really only for stolen cars or stolen parts. So if you get a car that, yeah, it's like 17 digits, right? It's huge. A VIN number is like intense. I was stopped because I tinted the license plate. I've seen that.
Yeah.
I've seen that. People like covering the license plate with a somewhat like tint on it. Yeah, they don't like that because of like red light camera things and other things like that. So that's the thing. Bacardi Bob says USA different laws for window change tints from states to states. Again, yeah, it depends where you're at. So that's the thing. Don't tamper, don't change the VIN numbers. Just don't touch that. Or else people are gonna think you stole the car and you're using you bought a stolen car, or you're a thief and you're about to resell that car. But that doesn't do nothing to the speed, to the like niceness of your car. Plus, it's gonna decrease the resale value because most people are gonna think it's stolen. So just don't do that. Like, don't touch that. It's illegal. But that's kind of a good illegal one, right? That's a one that's like a no-brainer. Why would you even touch it? Okay. Now let's talk about unsafe body modifications. And no, we're not talking about plastic surgery, but kinda. You know, for your car. Plastic surgery for your car. So what shouldn't you do? Well, you know, it's like when you decide to be like, hey, babe, I'm gonna do some, like, you know, renovation in the house. And this thing in the middle of the house, this big wooden beam, I don't like it. I'm gonna remove it. Know what's gonna happen if you do that? The whole house is gonna, like, come down. Like, this calls support for the house. So it's a bit the same thing with your car. If ever you're trying to, you know, DIY it, remove some parts to make it go faster, there are some parts that you should definitely not remove. It's called mechanical engineering, and it's also called just like engineering in general, meaning that if you move these parts, the car does not hold itself as well in the event of a crash or just in the event of you riding it. Well, it's gonna be bad for you. It's gonna be really bad for you. So you should always consult somebody who actually knows what they're doing when trying to remove parts of your vehicle or altering them. Like, oh, I'm just gonna cut this in half and put it back together. Maybe it's not gonna have the same structural integrity that it's supposed to have. Just putting it out there, okay? So that means it might be less safe for you, but also for other people on the road. And when I say like unsafe body modification, we can also go all the way Mad Max. Yeah, so if you decide to put some porcupine spikes on your car, maybe the pedestrian out there are not gonna like it, you know? Nobody wants to be impaled like in the time of Dracula. It's not something we like to do on a Saturday afternoon while going to the park. So you need to be like conscious about all of these things. Some grills are okay sometimes. Even on police car, they have like these big, like, you know, these big bars. to be able to pull, push, or other things. But I think like some of those are literally illegal because you could hurt people more or like just break more things.
In Australia, they got that for the kangaroo.
Yeah, in Australia they have them for the kangaroos. Yeah, because there's too much kangaroos, so you push the kangaroos. Yeah. Push the kangaroos, people. Push the kangaroos. If you're from Australia, well, hey, leave a comment. Yeah, we don't know many people from Australia, so this is great. EDM says Cybertruck Eagle, don't walk in front of it. If it's bulletproof, your body will do nothing. Will do nothing against a Cybertruck. Yeah, do not walk in front of a Cybertruck. Don't attempt it. Just respect the law. Respect the law. Okay, what we got here? 54, 26. Illegal racing modification. Howie, this one is for you. Okay, so maybe, just maybe, you've seen Fast and Furious too much. Need for Speed, Grand Theft Auto, even though there's not really any racing in there. You want your car to be faster. So what do you decide to do? Nitrogen oxide. You want to put like some literal like things that will make your engine go faster. Like
you're gonna put the logo on the side of your car.
yeah, exactly. You put the NOx logo on the side of the car. This is good for you. You want this. So that being said, it's illegal. It's pretty easy. Everything we talk about in here is illegal, right? So don't be surprised. It's illegal. You're not supposed to do that. Then of course, or is it? Right. Depends. Depends how many years you want to spend in jail. So roll cage also, well, because you might want to do some literal, racing. Maybe you shut your door. You want to just enter by the window. Maybe you put like some cage on your car. Maybe you put a special belt. Well, special buckles and belts usually are not illegal, but I mean, like shutting your door so that nobody can open it can be a bit dangerous if you're like on the road all the time, because in the event of a crash, well, the first responders might need to literally tore open that door to get you out. Like airbags, all that stuff. So don't do that. If you're doing like race, just have a race car and have a street legal car. That's why it's called street legal, because there's a difference between street legal and racing. Just like in motorcycles, there's a difference between an off-road one and a not off-road one. Usually the off-road ones, they don't have flashers. They don't. You don't need it. The tree's not gonna know which side you're going. It doesn't care. So you just, you don't have it. Now, I know some people want to literally put nitrous oxide on all their cars, but just like, it's explosive, right? So to have that in the street all the time, it's a bit dangerous. Are you ready for the last one? Number 10. Number 10. Number 10. Don't worry, I'm gonna tell you in the end which one I feel is the most illegal one of them all, and which one should give you the most amount of jail time. In my opinion, for not respecting it. So, number 10, wrap and paint jobs. Why are we talking? I cannot get my Barbie pink color. No, you can't. It's ugly. No, it's not that.
It's legal, but
it's legal, but you shouldn't do it. It's not moral, people. It's not moral. Okay, but let's talk about like Venta Black. What if you want your car to be like unnoticeable, right? What if you put your car Venta Black? How crazy would that be? Or what if it violates visibility? So if you put your car with like special patterns and stuff like that, and it's just like it weirds out people's eyes. You can't see it properly. It doesn't work that way. And then what if you put reflective stuff on your car, but like too much, yeah? Like it's just reflective beams, things. You shouldn't do that. It's considered illegal. But again, some places vinyl wrap or wrap your car, some places paint your car, so they should know what's illegal and not legal, just like my guy from the tinted windows. And then they offer you options. You decide the option you want to go with. Then it's underneath your ends. So there's colorblind. I'm pretty sure you can get a colorblind car. I'm pretty sure it's possible. I mean, let's try it, right? Why not? Why not? RP says, I want chrome wrap on my tailgate that would blind people that are too close at night. Well, yeah, so see, that's why we don't do that, because it could be dangerous, because, yeah, if it's like too mirror, too reflective, it could be intense. But most wraps and paint jobs are really illegal because some people mimic those emergency vehicles. Yeah. So if you were to like buy the same car and then put it so it kind of looks like a police car or a fire rescue car or a you know, just like, I don't know, like emergency response vehicle, well then you're kind of impersonating, so you shouldn't do that. Because people are gonna go to you, hey, can you help me, can you save my kid, and you're like, nope. I'm an actor.
Some people buy charger that looks like,
Yeah, some people do that, and do buy the charger cars, like the police one, and they put like the things on top of the wheels, and they blacken the windows a little bit, and they put an antenna, and then you're like, oh, this is undercover cop. But no, it's just a guy. Like, it's just a guy. Just random guy that decided, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this. It's gonna be so fun.
I hope the police not gonna catch me.
Well, you always hope the police not gonna catch you, huh? But they will. It's just a matter of time. They will catch you. To get back to our poll, we have you ever made illegal modifications on your vehicle? So let's see what our listeners/viewers are telling us about this. No, 47% of people have not. Ooh, we've got like pretty legal people here. 36% of people say yes. Now they don't say what they've done to their vehicles, so we can't just put them all in jail, right? And then maybe, depends who's asking. So 15% have done it but don't want to say it to like the police, you know.
Yeah.
Or somebody could do something. Bacardi Bob says, nitrous oxide, you must increase your piston ring gap so your piston don't seize up. Well, thank you for the info. Now we know what to do or like not to do to get there. So what is the thing that I find the most illegal on all of these illegal things? I literally have to say that the most illegal thing that I find the most illegal and people should be arrested for is the nitrous oxide in your vehicle that is in the street all the time. Because it's a bit like carrying a bomb, right? So if you have that in your car and you don't like, you just leave your car there and something happens. I know it's rare that propane and propane accessories just explode in the middle of the day. But still, I feel like this is really dangerous, and maybe I don't want to be parked next to a car that has that in it, but since you're doing it illegally, like, we don't know that. So definitely that would be my most illegal one. Yeah, so if you're doing that and you're not on a, like, your car's not on a special place that's made for that, I would say you go to jail. You should go to jail. I'm Piper, and this is the podcast While You Wait. Make sure that you tune in live from Monday to Friday, 12 p.m. to be able to chat on the live comment section on YouTube. Put in your information, give us some juicy details about your illegal life, or just bring in some fun facts and some real knowledge to the table. Okay, we'll see you in the next one. Until then, you can listen to all of the podcasts, yeah, there's a whole bunch, on the playlist While You Wait on our channel, Two Girls, One Electric Car.